You ever notice how your mind sometimes looks at someone and goes, "Yup, that's the one. That's the person." And everyone around you's like, "Seriously? That one?" And you don't even know how to explain it. It just pulls you. Like something inside you pressed a button before you had time to think. Tonight, you'll finally understand why. Because your mind doesn't choose the wrong person by accident. It chooses with logic, just not the logic you think it uses. Your mind loves what it already knows, even if what it knows isn't good for you. Sometimes you meet someone and they don't feel new. They feel like a pattern you've seen before, a tone you recognize, a behavior that feels strangely comfortable, and your mind whispers, this feels familiar. I know how this story goes. And boom, connection. Not because they're right, but because they match an old template. And the wild part? You think you're choosing a person, but you're actually choosing a memory that learned how to walk. So your mind starts with familiarity, but that's only the first trap, because the next thing it looks for is intensity. Sometimes your mind mistakes emotional intensity for emotional importance. If someone makes your heart race, your thoughts spiral, your stomach twist, your mind goes, "Wow, this must be something big." But intensity doesn't mean destiny. Sometimes it just means your emotions got hijacked by unpredictability. The less predictable someone is, the more your mind chases them. Because inconsistency feels like a puzzle you need to solve. So you think you're falling deeper, but half the time you're just trying to win clarity from someone who never gives it. And when your mind starts chasing intensity, it stops checking compatibility. Here's one of the coolest psychological twists. Your mind looks for people who match the beliefs you already have about yourself. If deep down you feel unappreciated, you may choose someone who doesn't fully appreciate you. Cool, huh? Not because you want pain, but because your mind goes, this feels accurate. If you secretly think you're hard to love, you may choose someone who makes love feel difficult because it matches the script. It's not weakness, of course. It's your mind trying to stay consistent with its own story about you. And once the story matches, your mind moves to the next layer, the chase. A strange but true fact is your mind loves chasing something more than having it. A distant person, attractive. A mysterious person, captivating. A person who shows up then disappears. Your mind goes, challenge accepted. You don't fall for them, you fall for the movement. The back and forth dance of almost but not quite. Your mind turns the situation into a mission. And once it becomes a mission, you confuse effort with love. You're not weak for wanting to be chosen. You're human for wanting the ending to finally make sense. But the chase sets up the next trap, misreading potential as reality. Your mind loves possibilities, loves imagining the version of someone you could end up with, not the version they actually are. So instead of seeing someone's behavior, you zoom in on their maybe. Maybe they'll change, maybe they'll soften, maybe they'll grow, maybe that one good moment last week is who they really are. Ugh, disgusting. Okay, sorry. And your mind builds a whole world based on one good glimpse. Okay? So it's not that you're blind, it's that you're hopeful. It's sometimes too hopeful for your own good, of course. And that's human, right? But once hope locks in, something deeper starts happening. You attach. When you like someone, your mind creates a version of you that's tightly connected to them. Who you are with them, how you talk, how you feel, how you imagine your future, and suddenly, it's not just them you're trying to hold on to. It's the identity you created around them. So, even when they are wrong for you, letting go feels like losing a whole version of yourself. You're not scared of losing them. You're scared of losing the you that exists in that story. And that fear leads right into the biggest twist. Your mind chooses the wrong person when it is trying to solve an old, unfinished story. Your mind has this clever little move. It tries to finish old emotional stories using new people. If you once felt unseen, you choose someone who doesn't fully see you, because your mind wants to finally earn that attention. If you once felt ignored, you choose someone unpredictable, because your mind wants to finally be chosen. Or if you once felt not enough, you choose someone who makes you fight for your place, because your mind wants to finally be valued. So you're not repeating mistakes, you're repeating emotions you're trying to rewrite. And this is why letting go feels impossible. Your mind thinks it's letting go of a mission it hasn't completed. Okay? You think knowing someone is wrong for you would make leaving easier. But your mind doesn't work like that. Once the story starts, your mind hates unfinished endings. It wants resolution, closure, a clean exit, a justified decision. So, even when your logic says, leave, your mind says, wait, let me fix one more part first. You don't hold on because you're weak, you hold on because your mind wants a satisfying ending, even if it has to create one. Sometimes it is hard, of course. And this brings us to the final piece. The real reason your mind chooses the wrong person. This part hits different. Trust me. Sometimes your mind chooses someone not because they're your future, but because they're your mirror. They reflect the beliefs you need to outgrow, the stories you need to rewrite, the boundaries you need to build. Sorry. Okay, it was too long. Okay, get back to the work. And the self-worth you forgot you had, the wrong person, is often the experience that finally wakes you up. It's strange, but the people who hurt you the most often reveal the things you've ignored in yourself the longest. So maybe your mind didn't mess up. Maybe it chose the wrong person so you could finally understand what the right one should feel like. Maybe it pulled you toward confusion so you could learn clarity. Or maybe it dragged you through intensity so you could recognize peace. And maybe it showed you the wrong door so you'd stop entering rooms where you shrink. And maybe, just maybe, the moment you understand all this, you stop choosing from your wounds and starts choosing from your worth. Stay with us, because the human mind is just getting started here. And trust me, what's coming next will change the way you see yourself forever. And the fact does affect, doesn't it?